Hey everybody, it's Garrett's Games of Geekiness coming at you with another video. This time it's a special one because we filmed some stuff at BGGCon. So we're going to come at you with the actual owner of the company, and Mathue from Envy Born Games is going to teach us Confusing Lands. By the way, how you doing, honey bunch?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Remember, before we get to it, subscribe, thumbs up. You can sponsor us at patreon.com/GarrettsGames, or of course go down into the show notes and check out the extensive list of games that we have that no longer fit on our shelves but belong on your table. Great ways to help sponsor the podcast and this video series as well. Now, time for some Confusing Lands for 1 to 2 players.
All right. So,
hey Mathue, how you doing?
I'm good. Mathue of Envy Born Games. I'm going to show you how to play Confusing Lands.
All right.
To start the game, we're going to flip over a card. It's going to reveal a cloud. The cloud is how we're going to score points in this game. After that, I'm going to deal two cards to each player, and we get to look at these cards. So if I'm looking at these cards, they're always double-sided. I decide which card I want to keep and which side I want to play to start building my tableau.
Okay.
After I pick one, I give the card I didn't keep to my opponent. Now, before I pick my card, I should probably tell you what the cloud means. This one specifically is saying, at the end of the game, we're going to look at each other's tableaus, and you're going to get 4 points for each river that's connected for your longest river. So I might want to keep this because it has 2 river spaces on it and start to build out my tableau. The card I didn't keep will go to you and say, I think you'd probably keep this one and give me this. At this point, you can look at this card, decide if you want to build another cloud, another scoring opportunity, and if you build that, it's unique to you only, because it's in your tableau. The important thing to know about clouds is they're actually negative 10 points once you start to build them in your world, so you want to make sure you can get above more than 10 points, otherwise you're going to get negative points.
Got it.
They also have a little number system, so you can easily reference them in the manual to see what each one does. We recommend having this out for the first 2 to 3 plays, and after that you remember them, but the whole manual is 1 page. So if you got this card, you'd probably, when you're placing a card, there's certain rules. You have to cover at least 1 space. You're not allowed to tuck it underneath, that's not allowed. And you can cover more than 2. So maybe you would go like this because it extends your river, and now you're building off of one of these things that are already. Me, I would be like, none of this really helps me. I might just kind of put it in my world and then move on with the game. At that point, we deal 2 cards to each other again and keep going. Every time we play, we're always going to have the opportunity to build more scoring opportunities into our world. So you want to just make sure you can synergize with them. When the deck runs out, we're going to add up all of our positives and then take negative 10 points for each cloud in our tableau.
So it's always deal 2, draft 1, pass the other.
Yep.
And both cards are then going to be kept. That first one and then the one you get, you must play to your tableau?
Yep. You always build them.
All right. Okay. All right.
It's that simple.
That's very nice. Okay. And this is by Zak Eidsvoog.
Yeah, that's how
All
it's
right.
pronounced. Took me a while
Thank
to
you
get
for that
to.
one. That was good. Okay.
Every time somebody does a video, they're like, Zak, and I'm going to butcher your name, Eidsvoog. or something like
All right, so 1 to 2 players, competitive. Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mathue.
We have a little promo pack, so you guys can take one of these with you too.
Perfect.
But this adds another round to the game, and it has different scoring conditions. But what I love about this game is every time you're playing it, because there's 18 different scoring conditions, it feels like a very different experience every time you play it, because you have to strategize differently every time. It's not like, oh, it's the river card every time. That's not going to happen. That might never even come out because there's always one card that doesn't get played. But that's why I like it, because it just feels very different every time you play it. So yeah.
Very cool. All right. Thank you, Mathue.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. That's Mathue, and that is Confusing Lands. Fun little game that we've got on this Sunday's podcast. So check it out, along with a couple of other games that we played at BGGCon. Hear the audio podcast every Wednesday and Sunday through the end of this year. We may go back to just weekly after that, but we'll see. Maybe we're going to do it 2 times a week. Don't know for sure. But hey, sponsor the podcast, give us a thumbs up here, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.